Alright, so welcome back everybody. So for this video, I'm going to show you a sneak peek of the new Amazon rainforest area. Now, that's what we're calling it. That doesn't necessarily mean all the species of animals live in the Amazon rainforest that will be in this section, but a vast majority of them definitely do. So that's why I decided to name it that. Now, it has just begun. There is over 65 different species of animals that will be in this section. And if you look behind me at the very tall section, that's the treehouse, the first of potentially 3 tree houses, maybe even more, that will make up this area. Now, the treehouse isn't done yet, so you won't see any animals really at all in this video, but it is a sneak peek, so that doesn't mean there won't be any animals to see at all. So let's get started. Now, this is next to the Indo-Chinese tiger, which was part of the Asia area, which, you know, there's the tiger, as you can see. And so it used to just be a wall, and now it's going to be the first of 3 entrances into the Amazon rainforest. Now you'll see the sign, it does say it's still under construction, so you wouldn't normally be able to go through here, but because I am staff, technically, I will be allowed to give you guys this tour. So once again, here's the sign, staff only. I'm staff, so I'm going to let you guys come in. At some point that sign won't be here, this won't be here either, because this will be a normal walkway for the zoo visitors to go through. Now, the zoo visitors will never be able to go through here because this will be a staff only area up here. So we are not going up that way, we don't need to go up that way, but we're going to go this way and show you what you're going to see in the future when there are actually animals here. Now this is the first enclosure of the area. This will be part of the forest floor, and it's going to be the first part of the forest floor. So we've got an enclosure right here that's pretty small. Obviously something small is going to go in there. So I've even numbered all the different enclosures by number, pretty much. So that way I could plan which animals are going to go in each enclosure. Now, so that's one enclosure over there, part of the forest floor. Now up here, this will take us outside of the building, and it will take us to 2 enclosures that, even though the animals are inside technically, the zoo visitors will be outside, technically, viewing the animals that are going to be in here. Now, I just finished the back end of that just recently, so it looks, you know, almost finished. Obviously, we're still going to add some more stuff to it to make it more like an actual enclosure for a particular animal that's going to go there. Actually, that is the only one I haven't decided which animal is going into thus far, but I know what's going to be put into this one, and I'll give you a clue. It is feline for sure, and it's going to be going into this enclosure. So, that's the 2 outside door enclosures. Now, I don't know if this is going to go around the building. This might just be a dead end. I haven't decided yet or not. But for now, there's going to be 2 enclosures out here to see. So that's part of the forest floor. Another part of the forest floor will be over here. And so we got another enclosure for the forest floor area. So another medium-sized enclosure here. And then this is going to be staff only beyond this point. There are some more enclosures that are part of this building that are down these stairs. We'll do them last. They're part of the forest floor too. But first we're going to go up here, and we're going to go up to the understory area. So we'll take this route up. And so we've got an enclosure here, for instance, that you can see in the understory. And, you know, this is all the same enclosure here. Then we've got another one over here. And we've got one over here, for instance. And we've got one over here. So that's at least 4 enclosures already that's part of the understory. Now, it's not the only enclosures that are part of the understory. We've also got this area here. Now, it's out in the open, So you might think this would be an emergent level, but the emergent level is all the way up there. So this is still going to be considered part of the understory area. And so we have an enclosure here, and we have another enclosure that's even bigger than that one over here. This is probably the largest enclosure in the understory. Now, I've already decided what animals are going to into all of these enclosures pretty much, so it's going to be interesting. But anyways, so that's pretty much everything on the understory to see enclosure-wise. So then let's continue on upwards. So then we would go this direction to go up to the canopy layer, which is where we are almost now. So now we're at the canopy layer. There's only 3 enclosures here on the canopy layer. Here's one of them, and it's relatively not, it's just slightly bigger than small, but not necessarily medium either. And then we've got one over here that's definitely small, maybe even considered tiny. And then we've got one over here that's fairly small as well. So that's 3 enclosures that are going to make up the canopy layer of this treehouse. But we still have a few more enclosures, and that's going to actually start here. So there'll be a sign here that says emergent layer, welcome to the emergent layer, because once you pass this threshold, you will be considered in the emergent layer. We just won't be completely, fully at the highest point of the emergent layer, that's all. And so over here we have an enclosure that's relatively big, and that's going to be the first enclosure you'll probably see in the emergent level. But then after that, you'll come up here, and we'll head up to the very top of the emergent layer for the last 2 enclosures. And so, obviously, this will be a dead end, but hey, you're at the emergent layer. You wouldn't certainly want to fall down to get back down the soonest, right? So no, you'll have to come back down the same way you came back up. But hey, it's a treehouse, that's how it's supposed to be. So anyway, so that's one of the enclosures that's up here, and then the other one that is here in the emergent layer is over on this side, and it's fairly good sized as well. So that's it for the emergent layer. So that's it for up here. But remember, the forest floor still contains a few enclosures to go check out, and possibly some animals as well. Yes, this is a sneak peek. So what's the point of showing you a bunch of empty enclosures? Well, there's not much point in that. So I intend to show you a couple of animals that have already been put into their enclosures and are happily getting along in their new habitats. So let's head on down to the forest floor. So we are back here at the forest floor. So now we're going to go down here. Now, we've got an enclosure here that's pretty small, tiny actually. And so I've decided that a particular arachnid is going to go in here, into this small, tiny enclosure. But then over here we have a water, basically, enclosure. So you'll be able to see a type of species of fish that's going to be swimming around in here. I won't tell you what it is, but there's going to be a species of fish in this enclosure. And I've decided what it's going to be. It starts with an A, so if you're familiar with South America animals, and, you know, it starts with an A. So, anyways, moving on. And then you can still see the spider enclosure from this side, obviously. Now, this would be up to the point where under construction staff only. So if you entered through the zoo to see the new 2 species of animals, which you can, by the way, zoo visitors can see these animals, this would be the farthest they can go because this area past that point is under construction. So now, over here we have our first animal that's in the Amazon area, the Amazon rainforest, and it's that snake back there. This is a fertilance, and its scientific name for this particular species of fertilance is the Bothrops atrox. Now, there are two different fertilances. There's Bothrops asper and Bothrops atrox. We will not be getting the Bothrops asper, but we do have the Bothrops atrox. Now, they are different when it comes to venom. The atrox makes flesh rot off, so you do not want to get bitten by this, because you do not want to start losing limbs, because that's what's going to happen if you don't receive anti-venom in time. So yes, you do not want to get bit by that fertilance back there. And he seems to be all the way in the back, so where's the other one? There should be two in here, but I guess the other one's hiding in the corner on the other side of the enclosure for the moment. But we will definitely come back at some point when I have finished this part of the area. So you'll be able to see these animals even better, possibly. Oh, see, now he's a little closer up. He's in the water, kind of. So yeah, Bothrops atrox, the fertile ants. Pretty cool snake. And yeah, so that's one animal that you got to see. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be much of a video if that's the only animal you got to see, and obviously most people don't like snakes. So we do have another animal to check out, and I think you'll agree this is going to be probably a good one worth seeing for sure. So that's it for the building itself. So if you entered in through the second entrance, which is down that way, which obviously is the same path that would take you to Africa, as well as the island area, you would go this direction. But you can go this direction to get to Amazon rainforest as well. And so this area is under construction because if and we'll show you the animal last, if you come this direction, you'll see that all of this is still not been developed yet. But we're going to be building and building and building, and we're going to build all the way down to this bridge here. This will be the last entrance, the third entrance into the area, depending on which way you decided to go. If you decided to go through Africa and then through the island area, you would be coming in through entrance 3 to the Amazon rainforest, and you would go all the way probably down to the first entrance. But perhaps you went through the second entrance, and you might have kind of done some backtracking one way or the other. But either way, there's 3 different ways of getting in here. But there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be over 65 species of animals in this section. So I think we will definitely be able to fill up, all the way down to the end for sure. Most likely. Most likely. And so there's still one more animal to take a look at. So I saved the best for last. And that is this guy. The bear. The spectacled bear. Yes, I'm talking to you. So yes, spectacled bears. They live in Peru. So yes, another jungle animal. A bear. That's probably what you want. That's probably not an animal you were expecting to see in a jungle. But yes, they live in jungles and they live in Peru. So, spectacled bear. Well, we got to see it for sure. There's 2 of them in here, but obviously the other one's back there somewhere, probably in the den. But hey, we got to see it. That was awesome. And he even said hello. And look, he's coming back to say hello again. So yes, spectacled bear. Awesome animal for sure. And totally worth seeing in this video. So how's that for a sneak peek? You got to see a bear. And all the zoo visitors that come to the zoo, they'll be able to see it too, even though we're not done with this area. As well as, obviously, the fertile ants, which I'm sure most people will pass on, unless they're reptile lovers like myself. So, that's it for this tour. And like I said, we will show these guys again when we have at least finished this side of the zoo for the Amazon rainforest. That's about 20 species to add to this zoo for sure. So 20 species for sure. And then we'll show you all 20 of them before we continue working on the rest of the zoo. So we'll probably show you all of the animals in 2 to 3 videos, because that's how many species there are, obviously. Lots of species. So this is about 1/4 of the species that we'll show you in the next video when it is complete. So if you guys liked this video, don't forget to leave me a like, and I hope to see you guys again next time, soon, hopefully. Oh, and look, the other bear came up and says, hey, to give this video a like. That's why he came up to say hello, because he wants you to give this video a like. So don't forget to do that. And I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.